So guys, before we get into the topic of today's video, I have to ask a question to you guys, and I need you to let me know down in the comment section which one it is. Now the question is, what is the most fun Call of Duty you have ever played? Let me know down in the comment section. Now for me, the most fun Call of Duty I ever played still has to be Modern Warfare 2. There was just so much stuff in that game that was enjoyable. Yes, there was a lot of overpowered stuff, but the game was just overall very enjoyable for me. In fact, there was times where I had whole lobbies full of my colleagues from work. There was just stuff that happened on that game that I've never experienced in another Call of Duty. Now my favourite Call of Duty of all time still stands as Black Ops 1, but that was due to factors outside of the game, and the people that I met in Modern Warfare 2, we basically had a closer bond once we started to play Black Ops, because I came to Modern Warfare 2 quite late in its life cycle. From memory, I think I joined the game in February, as I didn't even know what Call of Duty was. Shame on me, I know. But today, there's an article being released from one of Infinity Ward's multiplayer designers saying Call of Duty games have become overly balanced, and that's what takes the fun out of these games. So I'll read the article and then I'll close with my opinion. Infinity Ward designer Jeff Smith, who was part of the studio during Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2's development, says that recent Call of Duty games have put a huge emphasis on trying to perfectly balance everything, that the fun has been removed in some cases for all players. He even mentions it could be because of esports and that the games have become so micro balanced for every little difference. I think somewhere along the lines these games have tried to get so balanced. Maybe it was esports. It's kind of just boiled the fun out of things when you try to super balance everything. We're just having fun. We want to be able to climb around and have fun interactions. Infinity Ward is focusing on the fun for Call of Duty Modern Warfare and finding different ways to solve some things versus straight changing up weapon balance. If I can creatively problem solve this firefight, instead of having me forced down the hallway, I can use my brain better. I can get a different advantage, and it's kind of a puzzle platform approach. We just want to create more dynamic interactions. Jeff goes on to say we've boiled it down to this micro level one-on-one combat and what we can do to add variability to the outcome of that, from climbing around you to running inside and closing a door that causes you to make a choice. You're going to run in and enter that building somehow. The competitive community may not agree with this stance, as those players want every item to be perfectly balanced in a way that makes all weapons on a level playing field. Infinity Ward has stated that there is an esports rule and other features set in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but the details of those have not been announced yet. The esports features are usually showcased closer to launch. Now me personally, I thoroughly agree with Jeff on this point here. I definitely believe over the years Call of Duty has become less fun because of esports. Now I did a video on this a couple of days ago where I stated my opinion, and a lot of people disagree with me, which I don't mind, but some people actually started to name call and get very personal, so much so it pissed me off that much I took the video down. However, I've reinstated that video because I don't feel like I should be scared to voice my personal opinion on my channel. It's my channel, so at the end of the day you're going to expect an opinion from me, and I'm not somebody that's going to give you something fake just because I might ruffle a few feathers. So I'd be a hypocrite if that's my philosophy and I maintain that video as being private. So it's back up. I don't care if you disagree with me or not, because what people chose to do with that video is take it out of context and choose portions of the video that suited their arguments. Now if people followed the video properly and followed me properly, they'd understand. I believe Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is the worst Call of Duty we have ever received. If they looked through my channel, you'd actually see one of my highest viewed videos is Black Ops 4 is the most frustrating Call of Duty of all times, because people chose to say, yeah, pros really want to play with specialists in the game, because I believe pros should be playing the game in the same manner as the casual players, minus their gentleman's agreement, which is fine with me. If you want to ban a specific weapon in a specific mode, I've got no quibbles with that, as long as the majority of the weapons are available to use that the public can identify with. For me, it's really nice to see an actual Call of Duty developer who's made some of the best Call of Duties we have ever received share the same stance as me. It's quite ironic really that I've done that video the other day, and it takes a developer to come out and voice their opinion and share the same opinion as me, because he has categorically said esports is to blame to a degree. I'm not gonna hold on to it too much, because he said he kind of believes, but for him to have that belief, there's something behind esports that he has seen as a developer that has changed this game from what he designed back in the day. So for me, when I say the pros have had more of an influence over Call of Duty than the casual player because of balancing, because that's what they want, then I think I am justified in saying what I said in my previous video. So that is why it's been reinstated, and I feel like it's quite vindicating for me to actually hear this now. I know people are still going to disagree with me, but I couldn't care less what you think when a actual Call of Duty developer who, you know, has made this game what it is believes the same thing I do. That just shows that maybe I've got a better understanding of the game than you have, because people have tried to call me out and say I don't understand Call of Duty, like I haven't played it for over a decade, and I've watched the esports scene for the best part of 8 years. Go figure. So I brought this article to your attention because I definitely believe, like, for a while now, Call of Duties have become quite sanitized. I get used to a weapon that I like, and if I'm unlucky enough to like a weapon that a lot of people like, it gets nerfed straight away, and then you haven't really got a plan B, and then you don't enjoy the game as much. Yes, you have to adapt and change. I'm a firm believer in adapting and changing, but why do I have to adapt and change if that gun wasn't overpowered in the first place? It was just heavily used, because there's been proof of this happening. A lot of people use a specific gun, that gun gets nerfed, and it doesn't necessarily mean more people are getting killed because the gun's more powerful. More people are getting killed because more people are using that weapon. It's just common sense really, but I hope they take a more sane approach of nerfing things that are just clearly game breaking. That's what needs to be nerfed. Things that are game breaking, things that are powerful. That's all good. I mean, you look at score streaks and kill streaks over the years, they have been nerfed into the ground where they're not even fun anymore. In fact, people can just shoot them down all the time. So there isn't much games with kill streaks anymore, especially that happened a lot at the latter part of Black Ops 3. You could call him whatever you liked. If it could be shot down with a rocket, it was shot down in seconds. Them type of things turn people off the game, because I personally believe, yes, the gunfights bring people to this game, but it was the kill streaks and going on kill streaks and being rewarded for them that made this game a cult classic in the first place. It's a mechanic that you don't see in other games really, and for that reason Call of Duty just stormed forward previously. But let me know down in the comment section, guys, what you think. And let's if you're returning from a last video, try and be respectable about it this time. I don't mind having debates. I'm all for them, because I've been raised of the understanding that not everybody agrees with what I said, but not everyone shares the same opinion as me. But even when I don't share the same opinion as someone, I can be respectful towards them. So I'm not going to rant about it, but just let me know down in the comment section. Again, what was your most fun Call of Duty of all time? And do you think Jeff is taking the right approach to Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Answers on a postcard, guys. Definitely intrigued to see what the outcome down in the comment section is for your most fun Call of Duty. I know we all have different opinions there, but for me, Modern Warfare was definitely a beast of a game when it comes to that fun factor. Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but a like and subscribe button, I hope they tickle your fancy. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.